Alright, so today there is a lot of winter weather. I don't know if you can see it, but it is freezing rain and it was snowing earlier, so I thought today would be a perfect day to make some Christmas crafts. So I'm going to be making a ornament craft that I actually am going to give to some people as gifts. Hopefully they won't see this, they probably won't. But it's a little snowman ornament. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it, and I will show you just step by step how to do it. Oh, I found this on Pinterest originally, but then I kind of decided to Google different ways to do it, and then I found a Google one, which is probably also somewhere on Pinterest, but I'm just using the blog that I found, and I will link it below. Okay, so for this craft you will need just your own blank ornaments. I'm just using this 6-pack of glass ones that I got at Michael's. Then some polymer clay, the orange. This is for the snowman's nose. Then some little baby socks. I just got 2, 3T. These are going to be his hat, so they want to be so they're kind of tight around the ornament. So this size will probably work, I don't know. But these are on sale at Old Navy, so I got 3 pairs. Then some white metallic paint. I just have acrylic paint. You can use glass paint, whichever, just as long as it can stick to your ornaments. Then some device to put the paint on the ornaments. Then some ribbon. I just have some white and red polka dotted ribbon, whichever you like, but it has to be relatively thin. And somehow I couldn't find any thin ribbon this time, so this is what I got. This is the thinnest kind I could find. And then I just got these little name tags that are also in the shape of ornaments because I thought that would kind of go with it. And also all of this was on sale at Michael's, so sorry, the dogs are being really loud. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is paint our ornaments. I'm just going to use this to keep them upright, so because this part's going to be covered by the hat, so if I put them down this way, I will not smudge the paint or anything, so that way they can dry. So I'm just going to set them in here as I finish them, and maybe use this even to hold some of my paint. And I'm just going to use my little foam brush to spread the paint out on them, and yep, that's what I'm going to do now. These will definitely need another layer, so I'm going to just let them dry, and then, I don't know, might need more than one more layer, so I'm just going to keep these out here all day probably and just paint each layer as they dry. Alright, so these I painted them 3 times. I don't know, they're sticking. And they're pretty much covered with paint. The top, it's stuck when I pull it off, but that doesn't matter because that's where the sock is going to be covering anyway. So that is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, my dogs are being crazy. I'm going to go ahead and make some noses out of clay. Okay, so I made 6 little clay noses, and I'm just going to bake them in the oven at 275 for about 10-15 minutes. Alright, so these are done baking. I'm going to go ahead and let them cool probably for the rest of the night and glue them on last. So I'm going to go ahead and draw on the eyes and the mouth and put the hats on. So the noses have all dried, so I'm going to go ahead and glue them on each of the snowmen. there they all are with their faces. So the only thing that I wanted to wait and do was to, oh, the dog's squeaking, but wait to let their noses dry so that I can cut off the top of their hats and put the ribbon through. So I'm just going to wait for a long time just to make sure that those noses are really on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish their hats. Alright, so my snowmen have been drying for a little bit, and I got out 6 of these little name cards so I can write to and from inside of them. So what my plan is for these is sock got stuck. Alright, is to pretty much tie them through here as like the ornament tie, and then like that, and then we're going to be cutting off the tops of the socks anyway, so I'm going to cut up the top of the sock and pull the whole thing over so that this just kind of pokes out the top. And I think it is useful because it can say the name of the recipient as well as serve as the hanger for the ornament. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of them. So I tied this to the hanger, and then I pulled it through the sock and I cut off the sock, and then the last thing I did was just tie the little ribbon so that the hat is tied off. So that is the snowman ornament. Whenever they want to hang them, they could just cut the tag off and hang it by this, or just like that. Or I guess they could hang and put another string on there, whatever they would like. But it already has a little bit of a loop so that they could even leave the tag on if they wanted, and stuck together. So they could even leave the tag on there and just hang it like this. So that is my ornaments. I'm going to finish making the rest of them, and I will show you what they all look like when I'm done with all of them. Alright, so here they are, all 6 of my little snowmen. So they all have the little name tag, and then this is tied off with a little ribbon, and then they have their face and their little hat. And the last thing that I'll probably do is just go around and do some globs of glue under the hat, because a few times they kind of slid up. I was thinking they might not need glue, but just to be safe, I might add just a few drops and then let them dry. So that is my snowman craft. I think they turned out adorable. I will link the original down below. I hope you like this.